edition of the Sports Board. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
We are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Port. It's Barnes. It's Michael on the other side of the glass. It's Renee on the couch, mic'd up, ready to go. And we have Tony from Staten Island joining us. Tony, how are you?
I'm doing well, Barnes. Thank you for having me on the show virtually. Love the opportunity to be reporting from Staten Island, dude.
Yeah, it's our pleasure. It's absolutely our pleasure. And I feel like for me, not so much you, we could say this is a therapeutic Monday based on the events of this weekend. But one positive thing before we get into baseball, I'd just like to give a special shout out to Jordan Spieth for winning the RBC Heritage Hilton Head, South Carolina in a playoff over Patrick Cantley. Ironically, his second straight Easter Sunday victory. And next year, he's going to try to make it a trifecta with the Masters concluding on Sunday. So that would quite be the trifecta for him as he picks up his 13th career PGA Tour win in preparation of next month's PGA Championship at Brookline Country Club in Massachusetts. So just wanted to give him a little congratulations. But let's get to it. The world of Major League Baseball.
2-2, he got him swinging. The back-to-back strikeouts for Robbie Ray.
There's damage right there. Shohei, way, Cy Young. Wow. Where did that land?
Smoked to Chapman, who leaps up and grabs it.
Story spins and fires. Out at first. There it goes. See ya. Home run, Aaron Judge.
No home runs from Aaron Judge this weekend, Tony. As the New York Yankees drop 2 of 3 to the lowly Baltimore Orioles. But before there's just a couple bright spots that got me excited. And one that really sticks out was actually back on Thursday's game where we had the old Chapman. He walked him, couldn't throw a strike. Walked all 3 batters. Michael King, Tony, coming in, saving the day, getting a double play and a strikeout. Love to see that. And it's just like, we'll get to the game on Friday, but just, I don't know, with Chapman, it just seems like to me, there's no way he'll ever get to the point where he could go through an extended amount of time where his control is spot on.
Michael King
implode. In all seriousness, I would rather have Michael King. Closer. Am I crazy to say that?
No, not at all. I mean, I was literally the perfect example on Thursday. I was talking to Mike about it on Friday too.
Solo Tony.
Yeah. Oh, hey now.
Hello, Dolo.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about Chapman, but like you said, obviously the velocity, no issue there, but it's just his control and to walk the bases loaded in a spot like that early in the season too, which is pretty much, I guess, sort of the opposite of a Chapman we saw last season. I mean, it's a little troublesome for you, dude. This is your closer, and it seems like he's gonna be having this issue this season, and I think it's gonna be a big question mark on whether or not he can correct it.
But like, I know it's hard to speculate, but if you had to just, as I would say, give me something, like, what do you actually think it is?
I mean, it's hard to see. I guess I haven't seen a lot of tape on him, but I want to say with something like control, it's got to be something mechanical. I don't think it's going to be an issue anywhere else in terms of mentally. He wasn't really put in necessarily a tough spot on Thursday, so it's got to be something with his mechanics.
Yeah. And I said this before the season. I said in the offseason, I would love to just trade him just to not have to go through this whole.
Yeah, you did. You said it.
High wire act. The 1 year on the contract. But of course, they keep him
Rigmarole.
just like 90% of the roster from last year's failed team. But that's
naturally
what they decided to do. So that was Thursday, and then it was on to Friday. So I was like, oh my God, this is great. Baltimore, we should put up a lot of runs, maybe a sweep. And then we start out Friday, and here we are once again, Tony. Lack of offense. You look at the game, 11-inning game, okay, and they have 7 hits, 1 run against the Baltimore Orioles. And then you look at the key spot, runners in scoring position, 2 for 11, and then 13 strikeouts against Oriole pitching, arguably the worst in the entire league. Jordan Lyles, a guy that would not be on anybody else's roster, goes 5 innings and only allows 1 run against this Yankee lineup. And then the bullpen just completely shuts them out. And the Yankees bullpen tries to bail them out, but Clark Schmidt, they kind of squeeze him on a couple calls. So he ends up actually, having the bases loaded. So then, the bases are loaded. And I understand. They had already gone through Loaizaga, Peralta, Castro, Licky. Schmidt was just in the game. So, you didn't really have many other places you could go. But you bring in Chapman with the bases loaded. And it was nice to see him strike out Cedric Mullins. But then it's a 3-2 count. He had missed with some sliders, but actually started hitting with some fastballs. They have a problem with pitch com. He has to call out. I think Trevino was in the game at the time. And they decide to go with a slider. And it's a high slider. He takes it. Ball 4, game over. And it's just like, here we go again. Chapman with the control. And it's just like, I just don't understand why he would throw a slider 3-2 where a ball loses the game. And it's just like watching the game. I literally said it to my roommates who I was watching the game with. I know he's not going to throw a strike. And it's just like, this is a perfect example, back-to-back games, where you can't have someone that is incompetent when it comes to control as your closer.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of a bad decision, kind of putting Chapman in there. In terms of the slider, I don't know. I would imagine at that point, I guess any pitch really, but his fastball specifically wasn't really, in where he wanted it to be in terms of his location. And the slider is a pitch he's kind of developed in the past couple of years. So maybe he just thought, that was probably a good go-to. Maybe he was expecting a fastball or something like that. But again, you make a decision like that, you need to execute, which he didn't do that. But you got to give it to the Orioles a little bit. They had it was still a good game. Adam Mullins, out of Santander had a few good plays in the outfield as well. But that was one of those tough, kind of gritty games we even saw last season between the Orioles and the Yankees, going into extras, everything like that. And unfortunately, it seems like the Yankees don't really have an answer for the Orioles again. And I think at this point, they have one of the lowest batting averages with runners in scoring position, even going into that game, I think, in the league this season so far. So, lack of offense seems to be another issue we're going to be talking about a lot this season with the Yankees. But yeah, dude, they gotta, these are games they have to win, it's like, Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you did. You did.
I think I've done a pretty good job to start. Not too much interruption. Anyway, but honestly, do you think though it's the fact of them playing down and kind of like half-assing it, or do you really think it's like the Orioles are doing their homework? Okay, these guys chase sliders low and away. These guys take strikes that are on the corners, and this is how we can get them out. And they're just diligently attacking them the way they should be attacked. Is that what it is? Because no one else has trouble with them.
Right. No, I think it's a little bit of both, honestly. Like you said, the Orioles seem to be doing their homework, and it's, also like you referenced earlier, this is kind of the same team the Yankees had last season, who had a tough time playing the Orioles. So, it's got to be a little bit of both of those things for sure.
And it's a shame because I feel like they pitched this series very well. Monty had 5 scoreless on Friday. And then on Saturday, Taillon, gave you a pretty good start, 4 2/3, 3 hits, 2 earned, 1 walk, 2 Ks, only 69 pitches. But, obviously they're building up his pitch count. And then Sears and King did the job out of the pen. And actually they went to Clay Holmes to get the save. And, he's had a nice start to this year again. So pitching has done well. If they're not the top ERA in the league, I know they're in the top 3. I think it's sitting in the 2. So it's just like the pitching has been there. You look at the offense from Saturday. I mean, they get finally a Josh Donaldson home run, something they were waiting for. 11 hits, which is what you expect, and 5 runs, which is really what you should average against this Orioles team. And even 2 hits from Aaron Hicks, who, one of the rare players this year who has actually kind of done their job offensively. So you felt pretty good, going into yesterday's game that, okay, we'll win today, Easter Sunday, get the series win, have our off day today, and then it's on to Detroit. But here we go again with the lack of offense yesterday, and it was such a shame. Nestor Cortez, Tony, I mean, I've, applauded him several times, especially, to start this season. He goes 5 innings, 12 strikeouts, even has an immaculate inning and tops off that immaculate inning with another strikeout the following inning. And it's just the same thing we've talked about the last year in terms of the arm angle, the location, the changing of speeds. I mean, he really is so much fun to watch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, we talked about it before. I mean, this guy is someone who is clearly just like totally psyched every time that the ball gets put into his hand. He leaves batters guessing at pretty much every pitch, what's coming up next and everything like that. He's just fun to watch. He's got the stash. Honestly, I think he's probably one of the most excited players in the team right now to be a Yankee, and it shows with his level of play. And I mean, you look at him kind of at this point getting rewarded with good outings, like you mentioned, the immaculate inning, 12 Ks. Cheers from the crowd and everything. I mean, it's great to kind of see him, mature into a really good pitcher.
Yeah. I mean, you could argue, he's their number 2 starter or really their ace. I mean, he's pitched better than Cole the past since the second half of last year through now. So he's really done his job, and it's just nice to have him on our side. And, of course, Weisiger there, they almost got out of a jam in the 8th inning, but, Rugi Odor coming back to haunt the Yankees, a pinch hit double. They end up scoring 4 runs in the bottom of the 8th and give up another one in the 9th. And it's just, another shutout, a 5-0 loss, a game where you only have 4 hits. You waste another great effort by Nestor Cortez. And then, you didn't start Anthony Rizzo. That didn't make any sense. You got Glaber making errors. DJ had 2 hits, which was nice, but then the rest of the team only had 2 hits combined. So that's obviously a problem. And Joey Gallo didn't start, but, he came off the bench and made an out, of course. He's hitting 138 this year. He hit 168 last year. Am I crazy to think that they wouldn't be better off just literally just releasing him? Like, don't even, nothing with trades, nothing. Just get him off the team.
I have a question for Barnes, Tony. Would you rather have him or Gardy?
Gardy.
Wow.
Tony?
Oh, absolutely, dude. Come on. Gardy all the way.
But that's such an indictment on Gallo. I mean, it's like, I don't know. And then it's annoying because they'll release him or trade him for a player to be named later. He'll go to Tampa Bay and have some hot streak, hit 20 homers in the second half. We know that'll happen, but in all seriousness, like if you were running the Yankees, would you just right now, that's it? You've seen enough since they acquired him last year. I mean, what would you do if the decision was up to you, Tony?
I mean, I guess you kind of got to cut him. He's hurting you way more than he's doing any good. That's for sure. So, I mean, you got to get him out of there, dude.
And then just in terms of, like I said, Hicks relatively has done his job since coming back from injury, but we know Glaber's a disaster. Kiner Falefa, hasn't shown too much. I mean, it's been 10 games. Obviously, that's a very small sample size relative to the whole season. How long would you wait until you brought up, like an Oswaldo Peraza, or you gave Andujar, or you gave Estevan Florial a shot to get some playing time here?
Honestly, I would do it now.
Yeah.
I think at this point, especially, I mean, that lineup yesterday, again, just like you mentioned, didn't make any sense with even having Gallo come in. Rizzo, who's arguably your hottest bat right now on the bat. It doesn't make any sense at all. And not to mention,
before he has an off day. That makes sense.
Yeah, really, and not to mention he's just so crisp defensively, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, he's made some really good scoops at first base, reaching for balls that were kind of poorly thrown by Torres to him or Donaldson, you know?
Did you see
Um,
that one where he went to the inside of the bag, like readjusted his feet, and it was like a crucial play? You see that?
yeah, dude, I think that
That
was
was
one of the
nuts.
yeah, it was crazy, one of the throws and then, of course, he's avoiding the runner who's sprinting at
Yeah.
first base as well,
Yeah.
so it's like I mean, he's just an all-around just great player. He's gotta be in your lineup every day, dude, and, he can, like, he's one of those players who can play almost every game of the season, but I think at this point, with Glaber, it's the same issues, dude, so just send him down, get someone else up there, see what they can do, and you have almost nothing to lose, because at this point, you have players like Gallo and Glaber who are hurting you, so you gotta do something, dude.
And I really do feel like Peraza, he's had a nice start. And I know they want to give Volpe more time, but Peraza's in AAA and he's
Mhm.
off to a good start. So I just feel like he would be lightning in a bottle. And then, to get Florial there, you got some speed, a lot better contact than Joey Gallo is going to give you. And
That's
what
for sure.
really, really just gets me the most, and I hate saying this, absolutely hate saying this, but I feel like if this were the Mets, they would make these moves. I hate to say that, but it's just like I feel like they would, and I just like I don't know. I just don't, especially with Boone to be the icing on the cake too. It's just like,
Mhm.
and then he has to talk about it after, and it's just like I don't know. I don't know. And do you really, honestly though, do you think like they're not going to make really any type of really somewhat big move, even just bring someone up for like a couple months? Like, do you think we're gonna just tiptoe around this, have a 500 record by the All-Star break? I mean, is that really where we're headed?
Yeah. Yeah, I do think so, Bards.
Uh,
I mean, unfortunately, I don't think Boo is going to make those types of moves, and I don't think he really has anyone like Cashman, maybe putting pressure on him to make those moves. I really don't think there is any at all. So,
yeah. And the worst part about this is I know we've had this conversation, especially about last season, all the struggles that they had. The thing I hate the most is having just an absolutely atrocious performance like this, and then today, no chance for rebuttal. You got to just suck it up all day. So that's just kind of tough, And then it's like Detroit, and we saw Detroit, one of the worst teams in the league last season. They got swept in Detroit, so it's just like.
mhm.
I don't know. I sit here and I hate to say it. And of course, at the end of the day, like when we're making our picks tomorrow or whatever, I'm going to probably take the Yankees. But I honestly think that it's more likely that they get swept by Detroit than they sweep Detroit for this series.
Oh my God, you're not even giving them 2 out of 3.
I want that, but it's just like, what do I see? I mean, the only, I guess, law of averages, the offense is due to wake up, but it's just, I don't know. I don't like, and it's like, I find myself asking the question again, like with that specifically, like what, what's causing, I don't know how many times I can ask you this question, but it's just like, I really just, I can't like put a finger on it other than that they need to just really blow things up even more. Like, I mean, I mean, I don't think it's that they've like given up, but like, I don't, are they not, do they not play within a fire? Is that the problem?
I mean, I guess. I mean, maybe like we were talking about, there's not much pressure in terms of bringing up the young guys and sitting these guys who are not doing well. So, I mean, if their positions, if their playing time isn't, um, up in the air here, what type of drive do they have to really play with any fire? So
Yeah.
send them down, dude.
Ah,
Just do it.
man. Glaber, it's really tough too because he had the home run a couple games ago. I figured, maybe this is starting. He just,
Yeah, but his
it's always
defense is so
something.
shoddy. Oh,
Yeah, it's just always something. So I don't know. I hope today, the plane ride to Detroit, a day of reflection, will offer something here, Tony. I mean, that's all I got. I mean, that's really at this point, that's all I got to hope for. I think Cole's gonna start tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. So, I mean, law of averages, he's due to have a good start, and I guess I feel pretty good about him pitching in Comerica. Obviously a pitcher's park, so
mhm.
you don't have to worry about the long ball. They just placed Baez on the DL. So they're down a guy. So I think that bodes pretty well. But I guess we'll find out tomorrow. But
Yeah.
just, Tough weekend. I guess the only positive is that it is only 10 games and you're not 1-9, you're 5-5. So there is a path forward. I think you're a game out right now. Boston losing 4-0 in the fifth on Patriots Day to Minnesota. So I guess that's at least a positive. But I guess enough of the negativity. The New York Mets, Tony, 7-3 start. Winning the series against Arizona this weekend. 5-0 victory yesterday. I'm guessing you're pumped.
Yeah, I'm pretty pumped. I mean, again, I always look at these types of starts to the season with a little skepticism because, we've seen them get off the hot starts before, then just totally fizz out for the rest of the season. But I will say this season just kind of feels different. Right now, obviously coming into the season, it was a little bit of a struggle with DeGrom getting injured. Scherzer looking like he may be injured for a while. But nonetheless, I mean, I think we have one of the best rotations right now in baseball. I mean, Peterson has stepped up a lot, McGill has stepped up a lot. Bassett's looking really nice. He gave us a great start. I think Friday he had a start. He started, and then on top of that, our offense just seems to be booming. We had that 10-3 victory against Arizona. We swept. We took. Yeah. We was it sweep? No, we took 2 out of 3 against Arizona.
Yeah.
And again, Arizona's like one of those teams. It's kind of like the Yankees playing Baltimore. It's obviously not a great team, but these are wins you should be getting. Which is they got the job done this weekend, and we just what it kind of looks like the Mets are doing is that they're just playing like a team right now. You're getting Alonso getting a lot of starts at DH, honestly, and he's doing really well at DH. I think he homered twice over the weekend. Lindor's been hitting really well. McNeil and Nimmo, I think, are both. I think they have over 300 batting averages right now. Dom Smith, who has been in first base for Alonso, is looking really good at first base. It's always funny to think about that. Dom Smith originally was supposed to be starting over Alonso his rookie season, but Alonso just had a phenomenal spring training season. His bat was hot from the get-go, and he kind of got that start over Dom being put in the outfield. But it's just, it never was really a right fit for Dom. He just didn't really have the movement or the arm in the outfield. And now since Alonso's at DH, he's been doing really well at first base. Escobar doing great at third, getting some hits in there. They're just, like I said, they're playing all around, just like a great baseball team, and it's just really nice to see, dude.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, obviously you try to temper expectations, of course, just because of hot starts before. Dealing with a few injuries. I mean, Walker last week, placed on the IL.
Right, Walker too.
Kana and Nimmo hurt as well. But who's ever needed to kind of step up has. So I mean, you got to be, excited about that. And then, how do you feel about? I'm guessing it's a 3-game set with the San Francisco Giants starting tonight. I mean, what
starting
are your
tonight? Yeah, at home.
thoughts there? I mean, tough spot, no?
Yeah, I think Bassett should be starting tonight, which I feel good about.
I think it's McGill, actually. McGill.
Oh, McGill. Yeah, you're right. It is McGill. It is McGill. I feel really good. I mean, you look at someone, like McGill. I mean, getting a couple good consistent starts. I don't think he has any earned runs so far this season, which is great to see. And it's definitely going to be an early test for the Mets in terms of how they're going to be doing against these better teams. I mean, Giants, you don't really need to talk about their story. They're coming off 107 win season, right? It's their highest in franchise history. Of course, having an unfortunate end with the season, losing to the Dodgers, but they're like I said, this is going to be the first test for the New York Mets in terms of how they're going to play against really good teams in the league, and I think I'm feeling pretty good. And there has been a lineup set out yet, but I would imagine be relatively the same. Escobar at third, McNeil at second, Lindor, Smith. Maybe having Nito behind the plate. I would say maybe the one downside I've noticed was McCann. Still just, again, defense is solid, but it's just his bat is so bad. Yesterday, he had a terrible at bat. Forget who it was against from Arizona, but he was just like watching pitches past him, and then he swung at this low and away slider. Just was like no chance. Doesn't really seem like he has it at the plate. We could really use another bat, especially against a team like the Giants. So I think we have good chances, honestly. We're at home. Fans are going to be pumped, I'm sure. Team's looking so good. I think we should, take 2 out of 3 here, dude.
And you know what's a good matchup? We might have to look to going to the game tomorrow. Logan Webb versus Max Scherzer.
Dude, 7:00 tomorrow. We should go.
7:10, Tony. So, hey, I'm down. I'm just saying that. Always down for a pitcher's duel. Michael?
Oh, I'm down.
All right. Well, let's look into it. I mean, we didn't make it to the stadium last week, but I think we're due for it this week, right?
Well, as you just gotta stay awake, Barnes. You know.
I mean, this might be a game you fall asleep with. It might not be too much offense with those guys pitching.
Yeah, true.
But I think this is a really good early test, for the Mets. And I know it's like, obviously, based on where we are geographically, we don't focus too much on West Coast teams, but I feel like it's a shame for the Giants because I just feel like, losing Chris Bryant, that was a big loss after acquiring him last year. Like they had a little more offense. I mean, I think they would be better than the Dodgers just because of their pitching, but it's like, you think about their lineup. I mean, Brandon Belt, and then it's like, Brandon Crawford, and then who else can hit? Longoria sucks now.
Yeah, I mean, I guess their strong suit, even honestly last season too, was their pitching in their bullpen, and a couple of those losses, obviously Buster not around anymore as well. Coming off that amazing, yeah, no, not exactly at all. So it should be interesting to see kind of how they turn out this season, but you never know. I mean, they're still a really good team, nothing to sneeze at for sure. So
yeah, no, absolutely, and I think too, if they have a really good start to their season like they did last year, I'm sure they'll acquire someone. I mean, there's always guys to be acquired near the trade deadline, and whatnot. And it's funny too, two guys that are actually playing a lot, a former Yankee and a Met, Thairo Estrada. He's off to actually a decent start, 2 homers already, and then Wilmer Flores. Been on the team the last couple of years. So they're actually, playing big roles for them. And I think what'll be big too, if they can get another solid year out of Mike Yastrzemski, obviously the grandson of Yaz. He's had some good years in the past, a power hitter. They brought over Jack Peterson as well this offseason. So be interesting to see. But that being said, like I said, we got some games tonight, and I mentioned to you, before we started the show, updating on the picks from Thursday. I went 3-3, and you went 1-5. So now I have a 1-game lead at 25-17, with you at 24-18. And just taking a look at the docket in terms of the baseball, we got a decent amount of games, and I just wanted to kind of match it up with what we have on the ice too, to kind of make it. I mean, what do you think? Like a 6 total picks is kind of the sweet spot here, or what do you think?
I like that. How many hot games are they going to do? 3-3?
Yeah, actually, there's 6, so I think that's what they call a pick 6. No,
I don't think that's what they call a pick 6, but yeah.
Wow, Tony. Wrong side of the bed this morning.
Oh, yeah, well, dude. I had to get Starbucks today, but not very happy about it.
Because but when you're home, I mean, what do you get? Is that what you get? No other option?
To be honest, I never really started drinking coffee until I came to Connecticut. So
okay. Lack of offense, lack of sleep, similar situation. Well, I just got a notification. I might have to meet you at the Garden. Rangers versus Jets. I guess there's a 13% price drop.
No shit.
Game time. So
love game time, dude.
Yeah,
I'll take the train over.
All right, why not? Let's do it.
Yeah.
That being said, though, like I said, we're gonna go 3-3, baseball, hockey. So, what do you got for baseball? I have a feeling where you're going, but just go ahead.
I mean, I guess, after my whole spiel about the Mets, dude, how do I not pick the Mets tonight? McGill, we talked about him just now. And also someone I didn't mention, 2 pitchers, actually, who I didn't mention. Shreve is looking really good. Nice setup guy so far. And Diaz, where Chapman is lacked, it seems like Diaz is kind of picking it up here. I think yesterday, he struck out at least 2 of the 3 batters in the 9th inning. He's got control. He's got his velocity. He's looking really good. It's the trumpets all day with him so far. So, yeah, I don't see how the Mets could lose this one. Give me the Mets, let's say 5-2 here tonight.
5-2. All right.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go to Los Angeles and go with the Los Angeles Dodgers hosting the defending champion Atlanta Braves. Obviously, an emotional reunion for Freddie Freeman, of course. And then to top it off, Clayton Kershaw's first start since getting pulled after 7 perfect innings. So, he'll be fired up in front of a home crowd here. And they have Yanoa on the mound for the Braves. I don't know. I mean, I saw the Braves lose last night on Sunday Night Baseball 2-1. Tuned into the K-Rod cast, the alternate broadcast, just to take a look as Michael's
The
eyes
ultimate chief cast, you mean?
go to the ceiling.
My God, dude.
I heard that the like their box is too big. Like during gameplay, like Michael K and A-Rod's box is just like a little too big, I heard.
And it's just, I don't know. I feel like the Manning cast works just, everyone's so excited to see what the Manning's had to say, but I don't know where the interest is to see what Michael K has to say or A-Rod for that matter. And I don't know. It just, the whole thing, it just doesn't make any sense to me, honestly. But I think they're only doing
suck,
like 8
dude.
games.
They're so bad.
Yeah.
It's just weird. But
Yeah.
anyhow, I'm gonna say Dodgers in this one. Give me the Dodgers 6, the Braves 2, Clayton 7 strong, 10 Ks. And Freeman has 2 home runs.
Nice, dude. Wouldn't you like to have him on the Yankees right now?
Wait, didn't I mention that in the offseason? Haven't I mentioned like a lot of good things that they should have done, but they never do them? But okay. Just want to make sure.
All right, dude. I think I'm gonna go to Houston tonight. Angels are visiting the Astros. Garcia's pitching for the Astros, excuse me, right now. Who I feel like we watched him last season. Kind of, I don't know, dude. But someone who I do kind of like is Lorenzen for the Angels. I feel like he's been pretty solid. He's got good velocity, a good mix of pitches here. And I know, was it yesterday yesterday Mike Trout left the game, got plunked on the hand. X-rays came back negative. He's day to day. I'm sure he's going to play, honestly. I'm thinking he's going to play. And I think he's going to have a couple dingers, honestly, with the bad hand. X-rays came back negative. He's totally fine, dude. Don't worry about it. It's Mike Trout here, okay? What, boys? You look so surprised.
No, because I didn't want to cut you off, so I was just waiting. But I was listening to Shine on Sports, Channel 82, Mad Dog Sports Radio on the way in. And actually, ironically enough, Tony, Joe Madden was doing an interview with Adam. And I guess Trout has not been ruled out, but also not expected to play. So I just wanted to get that in there for you. But
we'll see. I don't know. Joe Madden has not been making some good decisions. Did you see where they walked a runner in with the bases loaded?
Oh my God, that was so. And Trout was so confused.
Yeah.
He was in the outfield. Like, what are you doing? They were like, I think it was like.
You think him and Bruce Arians rip it together or not?
Yeah, maybe, dude. I don't know. Maybe there was some legal bets being made on the game. But nonetheless, dude, give me the Angels tonight. I don't think the Astros are going to have much offense here. Give me a 2-1 victory.
You know what I didn't know, and it's kind of it's my bad for not knowing this, but I didn't realize that Lorenzen plays a little outfield.
Yeah,
you know that?
Yeah, dude. I mean,
but he's I wonder too if they're gonna have him. Actually, no, they would never have him. I was gonna say have him hit, but then obviously Ohtani, they're gonna want to play, and they don't usually put him in the field. But just kind of found that out yesterday, so I thought that was interesting. Anyhow, I'm gonna go San Diego Padres, Cincinnati Reds, and we talked about the Reds last week. The CEO, where are the fans going? What are the other options? But why not go to the Padres? They're an exciting team. Tatis will be back eventually, and the acquisition of Sean Manaea before this season started, I think is going to be probably one of the biggest acquisitions that we're going to see as far as an impact, because I think, left-handed starter, it was just exactly what they needed. And he's had some good starts to start this season. And I think this is another situation where he performs well, maybe 6 scoreless. The Reds, lack of offense, of course, we know really just Votto is all they have to speak of. So give me the Padres in front of the home crowd, 6-1, with Sean Manaea picking up his second win as a San Diego Padre.
Wow, 6-1, dude. Nice. All right, so my final pick here. It's a shame. I definitely would have went with the White Sox, dude. Game got postponed. Keiko was supposed to pitch. I know it sucks, dude.
Did they? Okay, because they postponed the Nationals too. But I guess there's some like storm coming this way overnight. I guess.
Yeah, overnight, like a pretty bad storm apparently. Like hail, like even like hail and shit, dude.
Right.
I guess so, dude. I feel like Nola not off to a good start. Maybe bounce back here against the Rockies. Well, they're in Colorado. Now, give me the Rockies, honestly. Chris Bryant, couple dingers tonight. Nola, maybe goes 4 1/3. Phillies bullpen, although they've been pretty decent, I feel like won't be enough to kind of save them. Phillies, Didi, I don't know, man. Don't think so. Give me the Rockies. 4-1. 4-1 in Coors Field. I think Chris Bryant's gonna have a couple dingers, dude. Tell me he's not.
Chris Bryant's
gonna have a couple
dingers. Chris Bryant.
Tell me I'm wrong. We'll be back here tomorrow, and you'll tell me that I'm right.
I'm gonna just pull the old law of averages card, and I'm gonna go with the A's here. Because the thing is, Tony, I mean, the Orioles
team Baltimore does well against is the Yankees.
I understand they won 2 out of 3. I don't want to hear it. Spencer Watkins is not going to shut out the A's on the road. I think Frankie Montas, 4.76 ERA through his first 2 starts. I think he's going to really set the tone. Have a nice outing here. So give me the A's here. Actually, 2-0 with Montas 7 strong. Striking out 15 Baltimore Orioles like he's Michael Pineda from a few years back as the A's get the victory here. Closing out really my West Coast theme, if you take a look at my picks, because I went Dodgers, Padres, and then the A's. So, and you go Mets, Angels, Rockies, so you're kind of all over the map, I guess you could say. But
I like to diversify,
Yeah, but you could say baseball is in full swing, and hopefully on my end anyway, there'll be some more good news to report starting to tomorrow in Detroit. But hey, let's see if the Mets can keep the good times rolling, Tony.
Yeah, hopefully, dude.
But let's switch gears to the world of the National Hockey League.
In they come, Evans, what a save by Vasilevsky! Are you kidding me?
McAvoy, Frederick, did you get the license plate number on that truck? McDavid, beautiful move.
You just knew that Connor McDavid was going to make a statement. What a goal.
What a goal. What a goal. Can you believe, though, we're coming to the stretch run here for Hockey Time?
Yes, I can, Barnes.
Why? It seems like it's been a long year.
Yeah, I think we've been covering hockey for a long time, dude, honestly. So I'm ready for some playoffs, that's for sure.
You're ready for some playoffs. And, let's just take a quick look in terms of updated standings here, as we kind of come down the home stretch. Let's just go to conference here. So right now, your New York Rangers sit in 4th place in a dead heat with Carolina, but I guess Carolina has the tiebreaker at 76.
They have less overtime losses, I think, or something like that.
So Carolina has 8 overtime losses, but the Rangers have 6. But however, the Rangers have 1 more regulation loss. So I'm guessing that's
right
where the tie is broken. And as a long shot, they are 2 points behind Toronto as well. So I don't know how this would work. I don't even know if this is possible, but if somehow, I guess it would be, if somehow the Rangers finish with less wins than the Maple Leafs, but more points, they would be ahead of them. I know I've asked you this.
Correct.
Before, okay. Does that happen or not really?
I guess technically it could be possible, but yeah, it does not really happen.
Yeah, too much here.
Yeah.
So right now, if everything remained the same, you'd see the Rangers face off against the Lightning, who obviously are on their quest for a three-peat, which is something we haven't seen. I think in all major sports since the Yankees. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So been a
Must be
long
right.
time. That's over 20 years ago. I think you look at it and if they, were to move up to 3, then they would play Boston. So I don't know. Do you think it really matters if they play Boston or Tampa Bay?
No, not really. I mean, I feel like Boston and Tampa Bay have both kind of similar playing styles. So, um, I mean, I guess it would be nice to knock out Boston, right? So,
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think you would shed a little bit of a tear, honestly.
I mean, listen,
Oh,
I
definitely.
tip my hat to them. I keep saying, I feel like every day now at this point, I wrote a lot of Boston wins to the Rangers game. So, I mean, yeah, they've done me justice this year for sure.
But I feel like you'd rather face them later on in the playoffs, though.
I guess Barnes. It doesn't really matter. I guess.
All right, so you'll take out anybody in the Rangers' way en route to getting to the promised land. It does not matter.
Yeah.
All right, I just wanted to check with you. So you look at the Rangers Wednesday and Saturday. They shut out the Flyers and the Red Wings, respectively. Obviously, two teams nowhere near the playoffs, but took care of business with the Georgiev-Shesterkin combination. They're going to play Winnipeg tonight, then a game Thursday at RBS against the Islanders. Saturday in Boston, a national game on ABC, and then they finish with 3 home games: Carolina, Montreal, and Washington. So definitely, a decent schedule to finish in terms of, seeing some competitive teams, which I think will honestly help them moving into the playoffs. You don't want to just have these games against the Kraken and the Ducks to finish the year.
Right.
So I think that's a good spot to see them in. And other than obviously, of course, winning as many of these 6 games remaining as they can. Anything in particular, you want to see as they prep for the playoffs here?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I feel like obviously they've been playing some great hockey pretty much all year. And I know I've mentioned this before, but Lafreniere and Kakko, who are kind of seemingly getting into a little bit of a groove here, I'd like to see them kind of continue that. At that point, just as individual hockey players coming into the postseason, because if we have them, on top of what Toronto's been doing, and Kopp and Kreider, and Panarin and Zibanejad, those usual suspects. I mean, it's going to be incredibly hard to kind of outscore the Rangers, which is going to be lead to victories, dude. Which is obviously what we want to do here. But and it would be nice to see Kreider kind of get maybe like 6 goals, kind of breaking Yager's record, and being one step closer to that captain.
And you would know better than me, but let's say like 2 games left in the year, they're kind of cemented in their playoff position. Do they just go all backups for those 2 games? Is that, or hockey doesn't do that?
No, not really.
Maybe the last game they would kind of keep it light, or no?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Quick shifts, like I'm sure Kreider, Fox, Panarin wouldn't get, like the 28 minutes playing a game or whatever. There'll be quicker shifts for sure, but yeah, not really so much though in terms of letting other guys in there now.
And then you could say, oh, start the backup tender, but then you don't want Shesterkin.
You want Shesterkin to be cold going to the playoffs? Yeah, no.
Yeah. So definitely an exciting time for the New York Rangers, as you would imagine, only needing to win one of the remaining 6 games that they're going to hit 50 wins. Something they haven't done, I would imagine, since they won the President's Trophy about 8 years ago or so. Is it correct in that? Yeah. So that would be, definitely a nice accomplishment. And then, hey, outside chance at Kreider breaking that goal record. That'd be nice to see. So definitely can't wait to see, who they're playing in the playoffs. And it's going to be fun, us watching the games, of course.
Colony.
Colony is going to be a must, Tony. So I'm going to have to talk to the rugby team about the practice schedule.
Oh my God.
But anyway, so what do we got? We got 3 games apiece. I mean, give me something, Tony.
All right. Let's see. 3 games apiece. Even though Mike let me down today, I'm going to go with the Devils tonight. They're visiting the Golden Knights in Vegas.
Here he goes. Eddie Moosh.
Yeah, dude.
No, he's retired.
I'm kidding. Yeah. What
He's
happened?
retired.
Dude? No more mush, dude. I know. I mean, dude, Vegas minus 350. Holy shit. Give me the. I want to see a hat trick out of Brat tonight. Excuse me. Jack Hughes goal, 2 assists, shutting out Las Vegas tonight, dude. 4-0 at that point. It would be.
Oh, okay.
Hell yeah.
Definitely assertive
Nico
there.
Dawes in net.
Nico Gauze.
Dawes.
Dawes.
D.
Did you happen to have the like this daily face-off up?
Oh, I can get up for you right now, dude.
I just want to hear starting tenders for the Flames and Blackhawks game.
We got Markstrom likely for the Flames, Lankinen Hawks.
All right, so Flames 8-0. The Blackhawks have packed it in. Tough season, all that's going on. You're going way back to
they're done so.
The championship team, Patty Kane and Taves. I'm sorry. I would imagine this is both of their swan songs. Who do you think has more to give? Next year or two.
I mean, it's tough. I think from just a purely goal scoring aspect, I think it's going to be Kane. But I think Taves is a better all around player. And he was he's been the captain for Chicago for so long. He's a leader. So I would lean a little bit more Taves.
And if you were the general manager of the Chicago Blackhawks, you would unequivocally get rid of both of them, or no?
Yeah, I think so. And I think Taves said it too. He doesn't want to be part of a rebuild. And depending on what you can get for Taves, I mean, you're going to get a lot for both of them, really. So I would say nothing at this point is off the table for sure.
Yeah. So that's what I got there for my first pick. Flames with the big win over the Blackhawks. What do you got for numero dos?
I guess I'll go the Hurricanes. Visiting Arizona tonight. They're playing your Coyotes. We talked about Coyotes literally trying to pack it in and leave Arizona after the announcement of them playing at Arizona State University next season, which is just going to be so stupid. I can't see the Hurricanes not winning this game. I mean, I don't care who's starting for any team. You can start the minor league team at this point for the Hurricanes. And you'll probably get Ronta and Vejmelka in the pipes for both teams. Carolina, 5-1.
Yeah. No, I like it.
Come on.
I like it. Just a team in disarray.
Yeah.
I would say the polar opposite of that this season will be the Colorado Avalanche, who I would imagine, I'll have to check the archives, Tony, but would be approaching a franchise record in wins as they go for number 56 tonight against the Washington Capitals. Darcy likely to start. So give me the Rantanen and Kadri combination, riding Colorado into victory here. 4-1 over the Capitals. Win number 56 for the Colorado Avalanche in a banner season, reminiscent of the Patrick Waugh days.
Love to see it, dude. And I'm pretty sure they already broke their record for most wins in a season.
There you go.
As
One
a
step
franchise. So only going up from here, Barnes. Let's see, dude. Stars, Canucks, Senators, Kraken. Give me the Kraken tonight. Why not, dude? I feel like we've kind of had these decent, game from the Kraken. They're at home right now, want to prove something, having something going to next season. Ottawa, of course, visiting them. I feel like Philip Grubauer, I don't know, didn't really have a phenomenal season, but I feel like as of late, he's been doing pretty well in the net for the Kraken. So let me see. I mean, he's got 2 shutouts on the season right now. We can go for the third tonight. Kraken win it in the ever entertaining score of 1-0.
Wow.
Yeah.
I am going to go with the last game on the docket here. I'm going to go Dallas on the road in Canada. Vancouver, sure, they've pumped out, 8 over 500, whatever it is, JT Miller, woohoo. But I just think Pavelski here have a nice game. Give me the Stars here, 4-2. Pavelski, the hat trick, Miller, both goals, but just not enough as Dallas picks up win 44 as we get into the last run here of the regular season in the National Hockey League. What an exciting time, and especially just that, it has a local feel to it with the Rangers, really having a legit shot at the Stanley Cup for the first time in 6-7 years.
Yeah, Barnes' first season.
Yeah, I mean, just kind of destiny, Tony, as we've talked about before. And quickly here, before we wrap it up, let's just go to the world of the National Basketball Association.
The Bulls go! LeBron James at the buzzer!
All right. So we're going here, National Basketball Association playoffs underway over the weekend. And obviously, the thing that is going to stand out, and it was so bittersweet for me because obviously, I mean, when we're talking any type of Boston, sports franchise, I'm not going to be pumped about it. However, the fact that it did come at the expense of Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, we have Jason Tatum, the layup at the buzzer, Kyrie giving the middle finger as the Celtics win 115-114. Michael, give me something.
It's early, one game. It's in Boston. I could see Brooklyn winning game 2, honestly, and splitting it going into Brooklyn.
Is this going 7?
Yeah.
And
I think Brooklyn's going to win, but then in the next round,
they're going to have to play Milwaukee.
Honestly, that's going to be a 7-game series.
Chicago and Milwaukee?
Dude,
defensive game last night.
You know what's crazy too, dude? It's that you just look on the floor and it's like the Bulls have so much more talent and they're not a bad coach team. They're not a bad team. First game's in Milwaukee. You know what I mean? Like that's going to go long, but Milwaukee's got the championship pedigree. They'll game 7's in Milwaukee. You know what I mean?
Giannis is talking about
take
chicken
over
fingers after the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I don't think Brooklyn's going to get out of the second round.
Yeah. No.
It's going to be impossible. It's going to be too much for Kyrie and KD.
They just don't have the fundamentals. Do you think that Chicago, who fell 93-86, which I think a more competitive game than maybe people thought, for them on the road, as Tony's mom says, his room looks good. But I mean, do you think that they would have a really legit shot at winning this series if they had Lonzo? That's like a big loss for them.
Oh, that's the series, maybe,
Yeah. Now just backpedaling.
Philly sweep.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a sweep. We'll just talk. And Scotty Barnes got injured too.
Yeah, over.
Done. I mean, Joel just completely smashed his ankle.
What about the Heat? I mean, they win 115-91
sweep
yesterday. Sweep. Yeah, Trey, terrible game yesterday.
He's not gonna do anything.
Suns sweep over the Pelicans. I mean, it wasn't that much
sweep. Then we hear the rumors coming out. New Orleans not playing Zion is just a bad look on their end. Like the fact that he's saying I want to play and they're not letting him play.
Are they really not letting him play?
Yeah, he says I'm healthy. I don't agree with the team's assessment that I can't play. How many times have we seen a situation like that and then the player actually stick with the team? I mean, literally
never.
Zero.
Never.
Absolutely zero.
Never.
Tony, push comes to shove. opening night, National Basketball Association next season. Zion Williamson is suiting up for the
Lakers.
wow. Little wild card in there,
Yeah,
huh?
right.
Yeah,
Get out of
dude.
here.
That
Sorry
would
you
be
can't make
crazy.
it, Mike. It's okay.
Oh,
Next
my mom was
time.
talking about dinner and everything. Oh,
What is for dinner, Tony? What's on the menu?
Oh, well, it's up in
May
the air
6th.
right
Coming
now.
May 6th. It's scheduled.
Oh.
It's in the calendar.
We might go to a pizzeria on Staten Island, obviously, called Little Nunzio's, dude. Great spot.
Cheese pizza
You know,
only, no toppings.
Yeah.
Not allowed. Not allowed.
Well, no, probably 2 pies, one cheese. They have really good pepperoni there, honestly. But we might go, the
okay.
sausage
Rare
and
touch.
onions, is always good. They got great TVs there, Barnes. Watch the Met game tonight.
Have a little wine for Matthew.
Little wine, dude. Oh, yeah.
Um,
The Cabernet Sauvignon.
My second question, though, for you, Tony, was going to be because I didn't really get to hear your take. Celtics Nets. What's your prediction for that series?
Honestly, I think the Nets are going to take it. I feel like it's going to be pretty decisive, honestly, after this game. After them, obviously dropping the first game, it was kind of a little bit of back and forth. I feel like Brooklyn was down for a little bit. They kind of came back. Ended up, obviously, he said, losing that layup in the last few seconds there. But I feel like Durant, Kyrie, between the two of them, they're going to kind of go off. And I just don't think the Celtics are going to have that consistent offense to kind of, I guess, combat Brooklyn.
And I don't know if maybe I'm just thinking about this too much, but the whole Kyrie multiple times giving the crowd the finger. I mean, is that like a little I don't know, not
He said
professional?
he said we're supposed to. Did you listen to the presser?
Yeah,
we're supposed to act professional and humble. But fuck that. This is the playoffs. That's what he said. Fuck that. This is the playoffs, and I'm gonna give them the same energy they're giving me. Would I do it? No, I was like a Kawhi, bro.
Right.
On the court. Just straight face.
But not as a person, luckily, Michael.
No. But just I used to not like that.
Right.
That's not my thing.
Exactly.
And it shows weakness.
Immaturity.
Yeah.
Just that they're in your head.
Right.
Mhm.
What do you think, Tony?
No, I would completely agree. It is definitely unprofessional, to say the least. And then again, it just shows that these fans are getting to you, and they're only going to come back harder and stronger because they know that. And then the second you make any mistake on the
fans are
court,
racist too and shit.
Oh,
they're probably saying some
God.
crazy shit.
definitely. I mean, obviously, we know the history here with Kyrie and with the Celtics, but so obviously, Kyrie taking it personally, which is tough, dude. I feel like especially when these games, when every game like this kind of counts in this series, you got to kind of leave emotions at the door and just kind of play your basketball. That's it. Let the score kind of get back at the fans. But nonetheless, dude, I mean, he's still going to be a great ball player. You can still tell he's dialed in. So we'll see how it kind of affects him down the stretch.
And then one other thing before we just take a look at the games tonight. I was talking to Mike about it over the weekend. How about the Minnesota Timberwolves? 130-117, stealing game one against the Memphis Grizzlies. Anthony Edwards putting on a show, 36
and
points.
Cat, too.
And Cat, a great game. I mean, what do you think? I mean, you think they're going to win
Edwards,
the series?
dude, he's literally a young Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
He looks like him.
He's made over the last 2 years.
He looks like
tremendous.
him. He's got the athleticism. He's 6'6" like him.
Shots coming along.
Yep, his shot is beautiful. The confidence is there, and he's just playing basketball. And I love it. And you see him with the presser, and kids are jawing at him and stuff. And he's just, he said it's so much fun. Like he loves playing basketball. That's why he chose the sport. He's like a 4-star athlete, dude, on all like different sports. He played lax, everything.
Yeah.
Him.
Yeah. No,
he's crazy.
He's just a baller.
But I think that's going to go 6. I think Minnesota's going to win it. Because I just think Cat is Cat's just, he's just kind of like a man amongst boys out there. You saw him dunk on Jaren Jackson.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
A poster, absolute poster.
Golden State, honestly, 5-1. Gentleman sweep.
5-1.
Yeah. I'm telling you,
they're
dude.
playing an extra game.
No. Oh, 4-1. Sorry. 4-1, 5 games.
Yeah.
I'm just going down the list
Yeah,
right
no,
here.
I know.
Is Luka hurt?
Yes, but I think they're thinking maybe going to be back for the next game. Utah Jazz taking game 1, Tony.
I know. It's tough. I just think if Luka's not healthy, Jazz are winning that, but then absolutely getting torched by Phoenix in the second round.
Yeah.
Dude, it's crazy. I can't believe it's the playoffs.
I know.
Oh gosh.
And just what last question for Tony here before we just pick tonight's games. Do you think Minnesota gets the job done against Ja and the fellows?
Absolutely not. I think
Really?
it's gonna be Ja. I think Ja's gonna take control of the whole series, dude. Take control, bro. And no one's gonna be able to stop him. The guy flies around the court, literally flying on the court. I don't think they're gonna have what it takes.
All right. So we got 3 games tonight. We'll just run them down, make our picks. First one, 7:30 TNT, first leg of the doubleheader. Raptors at Sixers. And, as Michael mentioned before, Scotty Barnes out. Huge loss for Toronto. Down 1-0 in the series already. Philly coming in 7.5-point favorites here. Total set at 215.5. And I'll start with you, Tony. Do the Sixers take a commanding 2-0 lead here in this best-of-7 series?
Absolutely. And would you say 7.5?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna cover that too.
Score?
110.99.
All right. Michael?
I'll go with that, Tony.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to say Sixers 118, Raptors 109. Embiid, as Michael would say, 50 points, including 20 rebounds,
burger.
10 on the offensive side. James Harden in a win, 2 of 15 from the floor, considering bringing him off the bench in game 3. So just keep an eye out for that. It just hasn't gone well for them. Just in terms of his performance, not the team's performance, but just something to keep an eye out for. As we all like the Sixers in that spot. 8:30, the standalone on NBA TV, the Jazz, the Mavs, and Utah right now, 5-point favorites. So I would imagine that would speak to the fact that they're actually expecting Luka not to return. Let's see, doubtful for game 2. So obviously that puts a wrench in the Mavs. However, we know the whole thing going on with Gobert, with Mitchell. Despite that game 1 victory here, I'll start with you, Tony. Jazz 5-point favorites, 206 is the total. What do you got?
Yeah, with no Luka, I can't see Dallas kind of having that much offense to beat the Jazz. No overlook spot here, Barnes. Give me the Jazz 108 to 101.
108, 101. Stealing the first 2 games on the road. Michael, give me something.
This is Jazz?
Yeah.
Luka.
Out.
You think he's going to be out?
No, they said doubtful, so I would imagine.
All right, yeah.
50-50 Barnes?
Jazz 2-0. Yeah, I'd say blowout. Yeah.
I'm actually going to go Dallas 100, Jazz 99, Jazz blowing a 15-point fourth quarter lead, a little scrubble on the court between Gobert and Mitchell. Jalen Brunson, the floater in the lane for the victory, including a playoff career high 38 points as Dallas evens up the series at a game apiece. The American Airlines Center is going nuts, and Mark Cuban offers to buy everyone in attendance a shot after the game.
Wow.
So that is going to be something. And then lastly, 10 o'clock, TNT. The
Dynamite.
Nuggets, the Warriors. The Warriors here at home. The favorites. Looks like it's a 7-point spread. Total set at 222. I would imagine Curry back in the starting lineup after coming off the bench over the weekend. Tony, give me something here. Warriors and Nuggets.
Giving Denver 7 points, huh, dude? That's pretty crazy.
Probably Jokic is gonna have like 50, 10, and 10 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gotta be, right, dude?
It's gotta be. No, Golden State's blowing them out.
I don't think so, dude. Give me Denver here.
It's over.
115, 112.
Dude, and what's his name? I can't believe Murray's been out all year.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Jamal?
Yeah, you love Jamal Murray.
I'm a fan.
You love Jamal Murray.
Yeah.
Huge fan. Watches his videotapes a lot. Tony.
Yeah, Tony.
What?
Give me something, dude.
So yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what Mike's talking about, dude.
Yeah, you do.
Anyway, what do you got for a pick here?
Yeah, really, Mike. Come on, dude.
I'm just seeing Jamal's injury status for game 2.
He's not gonna play. I feel like he's out for the year.
Just
What's his injury, dude?
He was coming off an ACL, right?
left knee injury recovery.
Oats.
I think he'll play. Come on, dude. Michael?
Did you see this?
No.
Still help a team. Oh my god.
Contending team.
Stop.
There at the end of this article, Tony, it says Kemba Walker can still help a contending team. I know. I'm going Golden State, dude. I'm going Golden State. I'm going Splash Bros this game, not the reserves, not Poole, not any of these guys. We're going Clay, Steph. They're going to break the playoff record for most threes between two teammates in a game. 125-90.
Tony, what do you got?
Jokic and his brothers are trying to fight everybody after the game.
I already said it, Barnes.
I already said it,
You really didn't give it like a score. You just kind of like were like, oh, I don't think so, and that was it.
I'm pretty sure I gave a score.
What was
I think I said like 115, 112 is what I said.
Nuggets.
Yeah.
How many for Yoki?
50.
Wow, you're
50.
one of those.
And
50,
you know
dude.
what? I usually don't do this, but I'm actually going to agree with Tony here. I'm going to say
He just
Curry.
doesn't like he doesn't like Golden
back,
State.
coming back from the injury.
It's all those LeBron battles.
A couple too many 3-pointers. Clay, the first
See?
season back after a long layoff. I'm going to say combined the two of them 5 for 35 from 3-point range. As the Nuggets
I'm going to be texting in the group.
115-98. As the season, the series is evened up at a game apiece, and I'm just saying, Michael, been a tough year for me NBA wise, but now I'm in the playoff mode, despite obviously LeBron not being.
It's
in the
so
playoffs.
weird. Did you know it's the first time? I forgot what team it was. Lakers and Spurs since 90 something.
Yeah,
Or
probably
80 something?
I feel like it's probably like 99 or something, like right before Pop got there. Because
It's first time since 90 something that one of them isn't in the playoffs.
Isn't in the playoffs. Yeah. But yeah, so I think it'll be exciting, and I wouldn't mind seeing a surprise here or there. A team that we're not expecting to get there, but I do think the usual choke artists, the Sixers, the Nets, and they're going to kind of continue to do their thing. The Suns, been a banner year, Tony, but I don't know if they can bring it home. I don't know.
Is it going to happen?
I just
except I heard forgot who was talking about it, but he said the way the Suns are this season and like the whole energy around that team is eerily similar to that 2015, 16 or 2014, 13-14 Spurs team that lost on the Ray Allen the year before. And then the following year just handled business. Remember, that was the year they destroyed the Heat dynasty.
Yeah.
Blew them out each game by like 30.
Greater game, 2014, the Ray Allen game, or the Game 7 in 2016.
For LeBron's career, sure, we'll go there. I would say the block.
Yeah, the block, the shot.
Down 3-1.
Yeah, I mean
that squad was.
But see, that it's like almost like with the Yankees, different scenario.
Oh my god!
No, seriously, this is just one last question. That because I feel like you can answer this the best. Playing all the basketball you have over the years, like what? How does that happen with Curry? I just don't get it. If he could just shoot 100 threes in a row with his eyes closed and make them, why does he go 3 for 20? I don't know.
Dude, I mean,
law of averages.
I mean, not everyone can be perfect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it's impossible. You're gonna have off games. It's like inevitable.
But am I wrong in saying that I think he has more chunkers than anybody at that stature in terms of proficiency from 3-point range? I mean, he has the most threes in NBA history. He's one of the most accurate, but yet he'll have 5 for 21 and he'll maybe even have it in back-to-back games.
I mean, you're just hating because he had those clunkers and he had a good team and they beat LeBron and stuff. And he did have clunkers in the playoffs, but I don't know. Let's see what he does right now.
Yeah.
What if he has a Dirk playoff performance, 2010?
Yeah. I mean, he'll have to get by the Nuggets first, right, Tony?
Yeah.
It's going to happen. Nuggets are trash. They're so overrated.
Murray's going to come out in a wheelchair for Game 7 and hit the game winner.
Matthew Gabriel.
Wow, a little you on the way out.
You.
What's up, brother? Do you think by the time I see you, the Yankees will have scored 5 runs?
Probably not.
Talking to me?
He's talking to Matt.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean,
Come on, Tony.
No. Still no.
absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Absolutely not, dude.
But Tony, do you think they'll score 5 tomorrow? Honestly, against Detroit.
Yeah, why not?
No. 5? I don't think so.
And,
Who's scoring 5?
well, how about this?
Is Rizzo in the lineup? Stanton in the lineup?
Oh, I mean, you're going balls to the wall. Obviously, you got to beat the Tigers. But how about this stat on the way out as we wrap it up here? 30 games. No, not 30 games. 10 games. 30 runs. Least amount of runs scored for the New York Yankees since 1977 through the first 10 games, Michael.
Is that a yes or no question, or you want the number?
No, I'm saying that's a number. That's a stat. That's
it's right now.
yeah. And I guess I'll leave it on this. And I'm gonna ask both of you guys, and Matt, if you want to chime in. The next 10 games, how many runs are we talking?
10 games.
They scored 30, so far. But I'm saying the next 10, they're gonna score
31.
Michael.
I'm gonna leave you positive. They're gonna score 75.
I love the positivity. Definitely a little rich. But you know what? I'll take 45 for 4.5 runs per game, and I'm gonna say they're gonna
He's been thinking about it.
7-3. Please, dear God, give me something. And let's just turn.
You know what I heard on the sports before we go?
Yeah.
Matt will like this too. It was like Sunday or something. And some guy, Gordon Damer.
Yeah, Gordon Damer at the ESPN
Dude.
98.7 Sports Desk.
Yeah. What do you think? You hate him?
He's just a cheat.
Yeah. So he starts the show like this. He goes, Yankee fans, ready? Yankee fans, I want you to tell me how it feels to be in April knowing your season's over.
And that is not what it's all about. And that's why he should get fired on the spot. I mean, unbelievable.
I was so shocked. I'm like, dude, come on.
Well, actually, last thing, because I know
Like
you get
April.
You get robbed for this.
Well, I mean, dude, say what you will, guys. I mean, 10 games into the season, Barnes is praying to God for some runs here. So
Tony's
great look,
just
dude.
foresee
it's just
the
I got
future.
beat up last season. I mean, it is what it is.
What if it's a worse season?
Unfortunately, I don't think it will. But if
Everyone's getting
everything
fired.
really falls apart, I mean, maybe it'll be a good thing. So,
Yeah.
but not gonna happen. So I was just gonna say
Wow.
quickly, Michael. Did you hear Dave's Passover story this morning?
No.
So it was hilarious. So I guess basically, I don't know if he's mentioned this on other shows, but I guess his wife is always running late to stuff. So they got to Passover 20 minutes late, but the men, for whatever reason, were at the temple. So he had to wait an hour after he got there. So he pulls out his phone to check the Yankees score. And this like 79-year-old guy yells at him and says, "Put the phone away. This is a holiday," like dead serious, like tight. And I guess Dave went back at him and he's like, we're waiting for everybody. The holiday hasn't started. Put the phone away. So he says that. And he's just like jawing. Back and forth. He's like, "This is what I do for my job." And he's like, "If they come back and they see you on the phone, you're going to be out." Not even his house. It's not even this guy's house. And he's saying this. So he was just like kind of asking everybody like,
What are their thoughts on
but
that?
I just thought that was hilarious.
Oh my God. I could just picture him actually yelling at him, yelling at this old guy. Like,
Sherry,
this is my job.
Running late, my job. The
Yeah.
kids.
Oh, he's like, and my wife's next to me. Probably, I could hear him right now. Just, and I could just hear Rick
Yeah.
just the whole time dying laughing.
Yeah, back in Canada. Anyway, that being said, I mean, really a full whirlwind episode today, and really enjoyed chalking it up with you fellas.
It was great.
And our
me
fans.
too.
Appreciate everyone tuning in, the commenting, the liking, the subscribing, the archives on our YouTube page. Tony dressed up in costumes. The merch at downtimetv.com. So everybody enjoy their day, enjoy the games, and we will see you
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us